चैतन्यचन्द्राय चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद। जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौरभक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna everyone. So I will continue reading. After visiting the temple of Jiyad Nrsimha, the Lord proceeded further into South India and ultimately reached Vidyanagar on the bank of Godavari. While on the bank of this river, the Lord remembered the Yamuna river in Vrindavan, and he considered the trees on the bank to be the forest of Vrindavan. Thus, he was in ecstasy there. After taking a bath in the Godavari, the Lord sat near the bank and began chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. While sitting and chanting, the Lord saw that the governor of the province, Sri Ramananda Rai, had reached the banks of the river accompanied by his associates, which included a musical band and many Brahmins. Previously, the Lord had been asked by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya to visit the great devotee Ramananda Rai at Kabur. The Lord could understand that the man approaching the river bank was Ramananda Rai. So we remember how Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, by the mercy of Gopinath Acharya, received the greatest mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And because he became so dear to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and when Mahaprabhu uh, was to travel, at that time Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, before that, had requested the Lord to meet Ramananda Rai. So now, when Mahaprabhu is traveling to South India and he sees that the governor of the province, Sri Ramananda Rai, is accompanied by his associates, and there was a musical band, and there were many Brahmins who were chanting the mantras. So Mahaprabhu could understand that this is Ramananda Rai. So who had asked Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya to visit the great devotee Ramananda Rai at Kabur? The Lord could understand that the man approaching the river bank was Ramananda Rai, and he desired to see him immediately. Now, this is how Mahaprabhu is teaching us. Ramananda Rai is already extremely dear to Mahaprabhu, because yesterday we discussed the identity of Ramananda Rai in Krishna Leela. Ramananda Rai is none other than Vishakha Sakhi. And of course, um, the associates of the Lord, there can be combinations also, just as when we see, we know about Srila Haridas Thakur. He is Brahma, but he is also the partial combination of Prahlad. And we see that Advaita Acharya Prabhu, he is the combination of Mahashiv and Mahavishnu. So this is spiritual. We are discussing the spiritual realm. So all this is not something that, for us it can be, oh, how is it possible? But this is the spiritual world. And this is Mahaprabhu's Leela. Mahaprabhu wants us to understand that when the pure devotees of the Lord, or when the devotees who are very dear to the Lord, when they refer somebody, see that XYZ person, that XYZ person must be the most fallen. But if the dear devotee of Lord has referred somebody, then um, the Lord becomes more eager to meet that person. Whether that person is eager or not is secondary, but Lord becomes more eager. Why? Because his pure devotee has referred, oh, that can you please meet that person? Can you please give mercy to that person? So, to teach that, so here it is said that he desired to see him immediately. Otherwise, actually, Mahaprabhu would never meet uh, um, any grihastha, or he would not any grihastha, but anyone who is very opulent, very wealthy, or very materialistic. Mahaprabhu would completely uh, stay away from such association and such persons. But here we see that Mahaprabhu understood that this man who is approaching is Ramananda Rai, and therefore he desired to see him immediately. But because Mahaprabhu was in the renounced order of life, he restrained himself from going to see a person who is involved in political affairs. Being a great devotee, who? Sri Ramananda Rai. He was attracted by the features of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who appeared as a sannyasi. This Mahaprabhu is who? Is Krishna. Therefore, Krishna remembers everything, but his associates may not remember. Just like Krishna tells Arjun that, Arjun, you have taken millions of births, and I have also appeared for you, and I have given you this knowledge. I have given the same knowledge to others. You were with me in many, many lifetimes in my past times. But Arjun doesn't remember anything. Krishna remembers everything. Similarly, Mahaprabhu, he of course knows that this is Ramananda Rai. What is this other identity of Ramananda Rai? Mahaprabhu knows everything. But Ramananda Rai doesn't remember yet, because Ramananda Rai was a great devotee. Therefore, immediately he was attracted by the features of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who appeared as a sannyasi. So, in the eyes of Ramananda Rai, or in the eyes of the worldly people, everybody, Mahaprabhu is a sannyasi. But actually, who is Mahaprabhu? Is Krishna. And he himself came to see the Lord. So, Mahaprabhu restrained, okay, I cannot go, because Mahaprabhu is an acharya. So because he has, this is his mission. Now in his mission, he is supposed to set the standard of a sannyasi. Is supposed to set the standard of a devotee. There, if as a sannyasi, if he eagerly goes to meet a person who is completely involved, or at least appears to be involved in political affairs, so opulent, piche band baja, all that, then obviously people will say, oh, see what kind of sannyasi. Definitely he went to meet this person because he wants some wealth. There is some ulterior motive. Therefore, although Mahaprabhu was eager, yet he restrained himself. But Ramananda Rai, because he was a great devotee, therefore immediately he was attracted by features of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and immediately he himself came to see the Lord. Upon reaching Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Ramananda Rai prostrated himself to offer his obeisances and respects. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu received him by vibrating Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. When Ramananda Rai presented his credentials that I am so and so, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced him, and both of them were overwhelmed with ecstasy. Both of them started crying in ecstasy. The Brahmins who accompanied Ramananda Rai were surprised to see him embracing in transcendental ecstasy, because Ramananda Rai, when he is doing his political duties, he's very strict. He's seeing all the management. He's so chivalrous, and suddenly they are seeing that he has become Gadgad. In ecstasy, he's holding Mahaprabhu and he's crying, and they are very surprised. Arey, they have never seen him like this. The Brahmins were all stalwart followers of the rituals. In South India, they are they are very strict with their rituals. Whether spiritual or not, that is secondary. But if they follow it very strictly. So ritualistic, they are very ritualistic. So these Brahmins, they were all stalwart followers of the rituals, and they could not understand the meaning of such devotional service. Arey, what is this? Why are they crying? So they could not understand why they are crying, because in rituals there is no devotional symptoms. All these ecstatic symptoms only happens when there is devotional service. So indeed, they were rather surprised to see such a great sannyasi touch a Shudra. Why they are calling Ramananda Rai Shudra? Because he's in service. He's employed by the king. Therefore, whoever is in service is considered a Shudra. Um, so they were all very shocked that sannyasis are not supposed to even look at Shudras, forget about touching them. And this sannyasi, he suddenly embraces Ramananda Rai, and both of them are crying. What is all this happening? This is something very not something that you see regularly or something that you would have expected. So both sides they were very surprised. On one side, they were surprised because a great sannyasi is touching a Shudra. And they were also surprised to see Ramananda Rai, who was a great governor and practically king of that province. He was also crying simply by touching this sannyasi. He has nothing to do with sannyasis, but still, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understood the Brahman's thoughts, and considering the unfavorable situation, he pacified himself. So Mahaprabhu again controlled his emotions, because these Brahmins are now they will start speculating. When somebody is not doing devotional service, no matter how many rituals they do, they will go here, there, this, that, doesn't matter. If somebody is not in devotional service, then they will not be able to appreciate these things, and then they will start speculating, which is very, very dangerous. Then by speculating, one is Mahaprabhu is Supreme Lord himself. They will commit aparad offense at the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, but more dangerous, they will commit offense at the lotus feet of a great pure devotee like Ramananda Rai. Therefore, understanding all these situations and what could have happened, there what happens is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately controls his expressions, his feelings, his emotions, everything, controls his crying, and then he pacified himself first. Mahaprabhu is pacifying himself because he's meeting Ramananda Rai, his eternal associate, after so many years. What happens next? Krishna willing, we'll again continue reading tomorrow. Thank you very much, dear devotees, for kind association. श्री श्रीमद शिला जय पताका स्वामी गुरु महाराज की जय, जगत गुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि।
हरी हरी बोल।